Hello, everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a beautiful, beautiful sunshiny day, currently 20 degrees Celsius. It's going to be warm all week. We're actually going to get in the mid to high 80s this week, which means, anyway, back to it's 20 degrees Celsius, 68 Fahrenheit, air quality is a 2. So, I wasn't too sure about what I wanted to do today. I have been thrift shopping, so I've got some magazines and stuff that I would like to dissect. Um, I picked up a kid's book that I am also cutting up for various things. I wanted to get, uh, sorry, my allergies are acting up and my throat feels like I want to take a toothbrush and shove it down there and scratch. Just little lines like this. Then the bell rings out loudly. The clock is striking 8. This was when I'm telling time. But you know how I like adding just these little things into a journal so it makes people go, what the heck is she thinking about? Or it makes people think, you know. Anyway, so since I'm working on that black and white journal, I still haven't decided what it's going to be when it grows up or complete. The pages are still kind of on the sticky side. Some of them, I couldn't iron them all because the smell really affected my breathing. But I thought that these are really nice black and whites that I would stick them in this journal. So I'm going to do that to start. I'm just trying to clear off some stuff from my desk. Not that I'm getting very far with that because, like I say, I've been thrift shopping. So we're just going to pull these over here, grab some glue, and do that. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So, again, this is just my black and white journal. Jean and I had taken that course, and she's been working on hers. I've been busy doing things. So, yeah, I haven't picked up focal points for the journal yet. I'm still thinking on using the carved bits from the carving magazines I've got. Just haven't really quite decided what this is going to be. I thought maybe of putting in those old English words that people have forgotten about along with their definitions. I thought about momisms. I just have no idea what I'm, so, So I'm going to do front, back, middle until these are used up, just so that I've got them kind of throughout the book, because that's the way I like to do things. See, sticky, sticky, sticky. Yeah, so how are you, Lisa? I haven't really been doing too much. Went to the Sunday play group yesterday. That was fun. Actually learned how to make a waterfall, one of those paper waterfalls for journals. I've been wanting to learn that for a while, so one of the ladies there did a fabulous demonstration on that. And then she also gave us dimensions for making like a large, I don't have it here, a large coin envelope with a full sheet of paper. Hey, Anne, nice to see you. At the best, you got the sweater done. Nice. You know what? Kids outgrow things and kids don't notice things. It's probably absolutely lovely. So I am just adding these black and white words that I got out of a kid's book, Anne, because I'm still trying to decide what this journal's going to be when I get it done, or what it's. I don't even know. It's going to be something. I haven't decided what's going. Focal points, theme. I could just keep adding black and white stuff till the cows come home. Oh, see, I could add some cows. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe that's what I'll do. That could be a lot of fun. So as I say, this was from a kid's book, a dinosaur book on telling time. So I wanted just some little things that, made sense, but whoever gets this journal, or if I keep it, just little blurby things that somebody's going to go, okay, the maker was sniffing too much of her glue or something. You know how I operate. Top, bottom, straight, right. No, I can't put it in the middle because I haven't figured out what I want to do for the focal points yet. And I haven't even got much of the doodling done. I'm just starting. I feel like I'm behind on this, but the other thing too is I don't feel pressured to get this done like I normally do when I'm working on a journal. So, yeah, I cut these out after I'd been thrift shopping. I went thrift shopping with my daughters and my pregnant granddaughter-in-law, I guess. One of my girls, it was a lovely girls' day, so we went thrift shopping because we were looking for maternity clothes. And I picked up some shirts that I want to chop up to use in journals. Use like covers, fabric for covers. And then we went out for lunch. It was lovely. It was just an absolutely lovely, lovely day. And then yesterday was the group play in Winnipeg. So as I say, I learned how to make a waterfall. So I've got the clothes in the dryer, stuff that I bought, because you always want to wash stuff that you get at the thrift store. Well, I always want to wash the stuff I get at the thrift store. Yeah. Hey, Magnet Dirt Coalition, nice to see you. Welcome to my channel. Yeah. Just do it. Just do it. Seriously. What kind of mixed media do you want to do? Oh, rough draft to the masterpiece, definitely. Definitely. What are you planning? Hey, Sherry, nice to see you, hun. Yeah, I always wash my thrift. You know what? I picked up another book one time. This was before, and I was going through it and cutting stuff out for, just cutting up stuff for collage, etc. And whoever had that book, it was a kid's book, must have had a cat because, oh my word, by the time I got halfway through, my eyes were running, my nose was running, I was all clogged up. So I'm kind of leery now about buying magazines and stuff. It's very weird, very weird. I just don't trust. It's not that I've got anything against cats. I'm just allergic to them, and it's my own fault for thrift shopping, right? But I like thrift shopping. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get away from having books that way. So as I was saying, we did paper waterfalls, which I've always wanted to learn. I've watched other videos on it, and I just couldn't wrap my head around it for some reason. But the lady that presented it yesterday was great. And then we did little accordion matchbooks. So it's like a matchbook, right? But it's got accordion in it. So everybody was putting like little sayings and stuff on the accordions, like pages. Very cute, very cute. Of course, I use my own stuff to embellish, but that was a lot of fun. And then this coming Saturday, I'm going to a crop, an all-day crop. It ends at midnight, starts at 9, between 8 and 9, and ends at midnight. So I'm really excited about that. But back to the group that I'm in. So our ATs, sorry, darn allergies. Our ATC swap for this month is winter themed. So I'm going to be painting mine with, no, freezing doesn't kill cat allergies. Yeah, I don't buy stuffed animals. I don't have a use for those as a rule. Strong perfumes. Yeah, that's why I had to wash those clothes, because I think that, well, the store that I got it from, they wash a lot of their things when they come in, and they use Febreze or something. And my word, it's just going to just brutal, brutal. I actually had bought a leather jacket that I wanted to chop up for book coverings and stuff, but it clogged me up so darn bad that I ended up putting it outside to air out, and it didn't help. It didn't help. It was out there for like 3 or 4 months. Could not get the perfume smell out. So, yeah. Hey, Dorothea, nice to see. Doretha, sorry, I always get it backwards. Sorry, hon. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hi, Teresa. Nice to see you too. So, I am just kind of clearing my desk. I picked up a kid's book at the thrift store when we were out thrifting on Saturday, and I just wanted it for the words, because sometimes you just like these odd little sayings that make people go, "What?" You know how I operate. So this was a Dinosaurs Telling Time book. So I figured I had a different plan for them, but I figured I would put them in this book because they're black and white, really nice black and white. So we're going out for supper today. I'm excited. Ron and I have been together for 50 years as of today. So it's not our wedding anniversary. It's just we've been together for 50 years. We're old. It's okay. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to be a great grandma. That's even more fun. Lots of fun things happening. So what kinds of things do you want to put in your collage, Magnetar? Yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited. I need a baby fix. But I have to wait till March, which is fine. Which is fine. As I say, I'm just adding like these words to this black and white journal. It's a start for clearing off my desk. That's kind of the plan. I have so many projects on the go. And then, of course, like I say, going to that thing on Sunday and them showing us these wonderful things to do. Now I want to do those. Plus, oh guys, I have been on Pinterest because last week, whatever. Um, so I've been going through Pinterest and I found some really, really ugly little dolls, like little monster dolls. And I want to do a series of little stitched monster dolls. They were gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then I saw um, some clay or sculpted, really weird round heads on a stick, and they were using them like a bouquet in a flower pot for Halloween. Mosaics, polymer clay, papers. Nice. Kitchen sink. I love it. I love it. I love it. My husband just brought me these wonderful little thin discs of wood. They were, I don't even know what they were doing. Something to, his brother was here for a couple of weeks and they were working on the marble run. So anyway, I ended up with these nice little wooden discs and I thought that they would be lovely embroidered into one of my junk embroideries. Haven't decided yet. Haven't decided yet. Hey, Dad, I'm doing good today, thanks. I'm doing great. Great, great, great. Did you get the care package or have you seen him yet? I hope you're doing great too. All right, so that's cleaned up. I like that. So I've been saving bread clips. Let's cover those in scrap papers so that I can make them into the dangles later. I'm still working on getting rid of this bag of blue scraps. So what I've been doing is I've been taking them out and gluing them into journals. I've been filling this journal with scrap bits so that I can, and then I've been doing a lot of woven stuff. You've not seen them yet? Oh, night. Oh, you'll get your care package tonight? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So, we're just going to make sure that we can cover this. Cover it. That's a pretty stiff piece. Don't know that my hole punch will go through super many layers. We'll do it like this and then cut it down. I like that idea. That works. Works for me. Yeah, I used to do that. I remember collecting Campbell soup labels. What the heck did we collect them for? May I ask where you're from, Magnetar? I'm in Canada. We've started a lot of our bread and bakery companies are using cardboard, pressboard, whatever stuff, and box tops. Right, right, for the schools to get stuff. Right. I completely forgot about that. I don't really buy canned soups anymore. I make the majority of my soups from scratch. So, but yeah, I haven't even thought you're in Alabama. You're in Alabama. I know that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. More work for mums. There's always work for mums. Mums' works are never done. And then you become a grandma. And at least then it becomes fun. You are in Alabama. Yeah. Rewards. No, no, I haven't heard of it for years either. But definitely Campbell soup labels would be great. That and baked beans. Those are the labels that I didn't save the labels, but I'm thinking of the canned foods that I did use. All right. So we'll let that dry a little bit. Let's grab another hunk. That's cardstock. Don't know if I want that. That's too small. Guys, I'm running low on scraps. Isn't that fabulous? I'm so excited to start pulling out new papers to play with. Oh, yeah, being a grandma, it's definitely a blast. Definitely a blast. Got one grandkid heading over to the UK. She'll be there. Her plane leaves tonight. Got my grandson and his partner that are expecting. And then I have two teenagers. Three of them. Oh, awesome, Anne. Wow, six great grands. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm very excited because they come over for dinner fairly often, and card day, and so we play cards together, and we do paint nights. So I get to see them quite often, the grandson and his partner. The one that's heading to England doesn't live in our province anymore, so we don't see her as often as I would like. But, she's an adult. She's got to do what she does. Three boys, three girls. Nice. Fun and tiring. I believe it. I believe it. Uh-oh. Welcome back, Lisa. Yes. She's precious. I saw lots of pictures of her over the last couple of weeks. I did. Guess that's a great niece then, right, John? John is my sister-in-law. So I get to see pictures of her grandbaby. Ooh, just. I don't know. Yeah, I can make it. I can make it. We'll make it. 8 grams altogether. Nice. Nice, nice. Got some lovely ATCs from her. Why are I covering these? I'll show you what I do with them. grab some from over here. I know there's a lot. I make journals, and usually they're really, really, really eclectic. Unless it's a special order, then I'll do a themed journal. I guess I've done themed journals just for the heck of it as well, like a blue one or a purple one, that kind of thing. But I save the bread tags and then I cover them and then I make little dangles so that I can hang it off a page or off of, the cover. This one was from a potato bag, I guess, because it's a longer one. You know what? My husband used to think that, and then he brings me things like this now, right? So, and this. They made me this lovely thing to use on my gel plate, and this to use on the gel plate. So, he's gotten over the you have too much stuff thing. Asking if you can sell anything you're saving. Well, the thing is, when you save these kinds of things, and yeah, that's me too, because I can. I try and be nice on here, Anne. I try and not let my true side show. Um, because I have all this stuff kicking around, right? Little bits of beads and sticky gemstones and things. So it doesn't cost me anything. Oh, yeah, I've got a gazillion papers too. Oh, my word. Certainly do. And then I make more because I don't have enough. Because making them is as much fun as using them. So, yeah. So then I make these cute little dangly things that, you could use in a scrapbook or um, whatever. Like they're really cute, stuck on a journal page, right? Well, I wouldn't put it in this journal. Let me find that other one. It just adds a little bling. You just started making papers? Nice. But, if I had it like hanging off this page here, it's just a nice little happy bit. I know. You know what? Here's the thing. I was just talking about this group that I'm involved with on the fourth Sunday of every month. And of course, we've got Facebook stuff and messages happening all the time. So the lady that taught us to do the waterfalls also taught us to do these large coin envelopes. I don't know where mine is. Anyway, out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, you can make a coin envelope out of it, like a really large one. So for this next get together at the end of this month, she wants us to make one of those envelopes and then put 25 items in the envelope. Then we're going to do a swap, right? So we all put our names in the hat. We pull one out, make sure it's not your own name. And so that's the person that gets your envelope or whatever the swap is. But this time, when you get that envelope with the 25 things in it, we have to make stuff out of those 25 things and give the envelope back to the person. So I'm really excited about this. And I am going, oh, what a wonderful thing. Like, I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled. And everybody's looking at me and my partner, I've got a new partner in crime. Love the lady. She's not here today. Janine, she's been here. So we're both going, yeah, what a great creative challenge. Like, so excited. And everybody else is kind of looking at us like we've done too much something or other because they're going, oh, and I'm going, oh, you guys are going to so hate getting my envelope. Because they are. But yeah, I'm all about the bits. Magnetar, I'm all about the bits. I make things that I call Kim bits. So I consider these like Kim bits. And then I've got all these little stick people, and I use them for sealing, put them on envelopes to seal envelopes. I just, they're all Kim bits. I just have to have fun. So it's what it is. I make do with what I have because not everybody can afford Posca pens or really fancy paints or markers or whatever. I try and show how I use junk. Junk. Yeah, they're all treasures to me. And like the paper outpost, Pam from the paper outpost post always says, anything's an art supply until proven otherwise. And it is so true. Okay, that's like right to the edge. Maybe I have to pull that over. I can put stuff on there to disguise that extra fold. So yeah, everything's a treasure. Like everything. Okay, well, we'll trim these down, and then I can throw them in the bin for decorating. Yeah, treasures of the day. I saw where a lady had taken them and kept them all and then used them at Christmas time and filled up one of those glass balls with them, the bits that they found in the kids' pockets, and then she'd put the year on them for things that was found. I thought that was a really cute idea. Really cute idea. Trying to see where it is so that I can. But I like the fact that this has where you can punch the hole and then. And of course, I don't get anything square. Oh, look, my dryer's done. I'll haul those out right away and we can start decimating those too. It's just a day of piddling around, I think, guys. Chatting and playing. Nice. That's nice. And see, it's just an ugly little bit of paper, but once you put a little bit of bling on it, it's going to be cute. See, I never really scrapbooked or anything. This paper craft stuff is pretty new to me. Well, not anymore. I've been doing this for how many years now, but you know what I mean. This wasn't my first art thing. I used to quilt and carve and sew and macrame and cross stitch and needlepoint and embroider. So these need to go in a cup for finishing. See, I keep all these little shot glasses, plastic shot glasses on my desk that I need to finish the stuff in them or put them on something. Yeah. So that's what I thought that when, of course, we were all playing with the waterfall things we made. I only used copy paper because she said to bring a piece of paper. She didn't specify what kind. But I like these waterfall things. And one of the ladies was going, oh, that would be a great Christmas thing. I said, yeah, for the grandkids. I love you because, I love you because. And then on the very last one, if you made it big enough, you could put a gift card. But I think that, oops, thought I glued that down. Guess not. Um, memories, definitely memories could go on something like that in a journal. But I just thought that was so neat. Like I say, I've seen this so many times, and I could never wrap my head around it. So I'm very thrilled that I finally got to do it. Yeah, things that we did as kids. We didn't fold napkins at holiday time. I folded napkins when I worked as a waitress, but oh, this one's pretty thick. It's going to be fun to find where the hole is. I didn't squish it down very well. Oh well. There. This is the last one. Okay, I'm going to grab those tops out of the dryer and we're going to start hacking them up. Like I say, a couple of them I got because I want them for journal covers. Oh, I cut that one too close. It's okay. I can still use it. My desk is not getting any cleaner, guys. Sorry. But I am getting farther. Look, I got those to the next stage. They're not going to take me long to deal with. Ouch, ouch. Now I thought that I had bought two shirts that were lace, and I probably put one back. So I got this one. It's pretty sheer, but look at those feathers, guys. Look at those gorgeous feathers. So I'm going to be cutting out the feathers because they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I could probably even use some of this for flips. Hey, I'm trying, Andrea. How are you? So anyway, I bought this shirt. It's cute. I'd never wear it, but it's pretty sheer. Well, I would wear it with a camisole under it, but still, I got it because of the feathers. I think the feathers are absolutely stunning. So I got that one. Then, when you shop with your kids and they know what you're going to do or what you're doing, they go, Mom, look at this. You could use it for your journal covers. Because my kids are like that. They complain about how much stuff I got, and then they go, hey, get this. So I bought this shirt. It's covered in sequins. And I thought that this would be really cool as a journal cover. Well, they thought it would be really cool as a journal cover because this front panel here is really nice and done. The rest of it doesn't have anything on, but still, I can still use for journal covers or flips in the journals. It's a lovely piece of fabric. Okay, this one is lace, or it's got a, yep. Okay, I did get two out of with lace. So this is navy. It's got a camisole kind of thing underneath it. But look at this lace. It is so thick that there would be no problem in cutting out around this. So I'm going to get some absolutely fabulous pieces out of this. Front and back. Then, of course, this piece, the lining thing, I could probably use for making those ugly dolls that I wanted to make. But yeah, there's it's just a lovely, lovely. I wonder if I could. Are you sewing? No. So yeah, you can just see the pieces that I can get out of that. And even if I was putting that down on a collage, you know, on a canvas, I think this would be gorgeous. Chunks of that. This one I got for exactly the same reason. There's a nice, this is almost like a t-shirt fabric. It's really nice and soft. It's black. Oh, maybe I can do some spiders and bats for Halloween. Anyway, onto the lace. Look at this. It's in stripes. How fun is that? So I can cut out like lengths for down a spine. And I just love this fringe kind of thing. Some of it's been broken. I think that's probably why they got rid of this shirt, because some of the stitching between has already been cut or whatever. But that fringy kind of stuff is on both sleeves and the bottom. I think it's just going to be so fun. So anyway, there's that one. And then this one too is going to be a journal cover, because we know I love my florals. Look, isn't that pretty? It is so pretty. So I got each of these for $4. So I really can't complain because I'm going to get a lot of stuff out of it. Because there's also buttons, right? Some of them have buttons. Hey, Lee, nice to see you. Well, my kids chose a couple of these. They chose this one and that other floral one. I was just grabbing the ones with lace. Oh, and the feather one. Those three were my kids who complained that I've got too much stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna pick them. Oh, see, this seems a little bit loose. So normally I would just cut along the seams when I do this to take them apart because I don't care. So I'm gonna start. It's just gonna be one of those days because I got to do this anyway. Might as well visit with you guys while I'm doing it. What kinds of stuff do you guys look for when you're thrifting? I got some kids' books and a couple more car magazines so that I can do another couple of car journals for that guy who does the fundraisers with the car shows. So this is what I got on my plate right now as I'm chopping up fabric for my own purposes. Oh, I could also use these as clothes for those ugly dolls. Oh yeah. Anyway, um, I've got to do 20 winter ATCs. I have to do some back to school ATCs. I don't know how I'm going to. Our postal service is on strike again, guys. The school ATCs have to get mailed out. The winter ones do not. Um, what else? I've got that black and white journal that I'm working on. I have to start making stuff for Christmas, so I've got to do like unpaper towels, and I have to do a whack load of receiving blankets. I have lots to do. I should probably do a to-do list because I know I'm going to forget something. So yeah, I usually start with the hem and then I go up the sides. The fabric will fold flatter if you take it apart. Although, look, this is kind of cool. I could probably, if I trim it nicer, I could use that as a wrap around a journal. You know what? I'm going to save that to wrap a journal with. Yes. Try not to waste anything, you know. You would think that I grew up during the Depression. Oh, there's a seam across here. What is this? Is there a yoke thing? Oh, there's a yoke on this one. Okay, so I get smaller bits. It's okay. That just means that the sleeves can get used for some of the dolls that I want to do. And too many ideas. Too many ideas, guys. So tomorrow, this stuff's all going to be hacked up by then. And tomorrow I may pull out, make some paper mache mash. This is what I'd like to do. We'll see how my timing works. Make some paper mache mash to do those heads for a bouquet for Halloween. Okay, this is just a dart. Um, because I have, years ago, I bought some of those plastic golf balls and tennis balls. They're hard plastic and they got holes in them. Anyway, I paper mache'd over them because I was going to use them for, I had no idea. I don't remember. But I probably have a couple of dozen of them. So I was thinking tomorrow I would make up a paper mache mash and start to, you know, sculpt some really goofy, creepy faces on them. Because Halloween's right around the corner and I would like to have them done for Halloween. Because all my Halloween stuff that I'd given to my granddaughter for her birthday is a couple of days before Halloween, so she wanted a Halloween birthday party. So she took all my, well, I gave her, loaned her. Anyway, I didn't get back, doesn't matter. So I need to replenish the stuff that I've got for Halloween decor. Yes. And then, of course, I've got this crop on the weekend. So I have to decide what the heck I'm going to take for the crop. You know, even some of this could make really cute. Definitely, I will get some flips out of this. I will take it and use my rotary cutter and quilting ruler and get some nice pieces. Doesn't look like it frays too badly. A little bit, but not, like it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Two on Halloween? Nice. Nice. Very nice. So, yeah, I'm just hacking stuff up. A very boring stream, I know. But we're chatting. Exactly, Anne. Exactly. Exactly. In fact, my daughter needed to borrow a hot glue gun. And so she came over and stopped in the shop while Ron and Norm were putzing, saying she needed a hot glue gun. She's come here to borrow it. And I don't know what the heck topic it was, but she said, I bet she's got a bin of them. Ah, sure enough, I had a bin of them. And she just laughed and said, yeah. But, when you used to teach, you have more than one of some things. It's just the way it is. Okay, let's take this button off. This is a cool, that button's way too heavy for this garment. It's got quite a bit of weight to it. It's really kind of cute though. Almost looks like a little floral eyeball, but it's got a fair bit of weight. Do I have a button bin here? Well, we'll throw it in there. Yes, those are the tags that I'm doing. It's okay. Maxim, maximalist, minimalist. I can't even pronounce minimalist. That goes to show you something. For sure. For sure. So yeah, Friday I picked a whole bunch of stuff from the garden. And because I was gone Saturday and Sunday, I didn't do anything with it. So this morning I made a big batch. Well, I made a batch of roasted tomato soup because I had to use those tomatoes up. So I've got a couple of containers for the freezer, which is awesome. I love roasted tomato soup. Do I do? Exactly. Exactly. Oh, I've got lots of buttons too. My neighbor actually brought me a bin of buttons that was his mother's. And so he's in his 80s. So I just gave the buttons to a girlfriend who collects buttons. I just gave her the whole can, because I don't know what buttons are. I don't collect, so I don't know which ones are vintage or anything. So I just gave them to her because she knows. She knows. And I could just imagine I would be on here and gluing a button and you guys would be gasping like, what are you doing with that button? Exactly. And usually just a few days after the garbage has been picked up, right? That's like that video where that dad has had that one block of wood because it's come in handy for something and they're using it to level off a bed leg. And he's had this block of wood for 40 years or something silly. I knew it would come in handy one day. I get it. Okay, so I got one sleeve off. See, now I can cut a really nice square out of that and use it as a flip. And really, some of these would be great in clusters. Any little scraps I have left won't go to waste. Won't go to waste. See, now that's something else I have to do is go through my fabrics, figure out what is going to be good for various things. I am going to be down all my flannel, well, most of my flannel, with the baby coming, because that's lots of receiving blankets and face cloths. And she did say something about using cloth diapers, and I do have a pattern for cloth diapers someplace. But I don't know where it is. Hey, Brenda. Marbles. Yeah, I gave away my jar of marbles as well for the same reason to the same lady because I don't know what's worth anything. And I just use them for paint rolling now, right? We don't play marbles, or although I have seen some really cool things. I have. Uh, and of course, I'm not using fabric scissors. I'm using these scissors that I've said, even cutting paper, that I can chew better. I'm a sewer's worst nightmare. So the way I kind of look at it is when I thrift clothing, if I can get 10 things out of it, whether it's 10 flips, 10 clusters, if I can get 10 uses out of what I got, I figure it's a win. That's funny because I looked at the jars of buttons at the thrift store too, and I went, no, you do not need more buttons. Oh, definitely, I'm going to cut flip squares out of these. Look how bright and happy they are. They are just so bright and happy. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm going to get journal covers, probably 2 journal covers. Which will be cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, they did. They filed for bankruptcy. Yeah, see, I've got my mom's buttons, and there are some very interesting old buttons in there. I'm just using them, guys. I'm sorry if you guys cringe at that, but yeah, the thrift store had a lot of patterns, and I came this close to picking up a couple just to use, because we do. But then I thought, you know what? You've got patterns that you don't use that you could do that with. And if I ever get into my sister's sewing room, I would be getting all her patterns. Mind you, they'll smell like smoke, but those at least I know I could air out in the greenhouse. Um, oh, yes, look, I can get a journal cover out of this. Exciting. I might have to put like some heat and bond or something on it to make it a little bit more stable. We'll see. We will see. Yeah. My sister used to draft all her own patterns. Like she'd get a pattern and totally redraft it so it would fit her. So I've got that pattern making paper, those 1 inch dots as well. And then, of course, um, at the group meeting, I got for free for free because a lady got a box of them. So everybody got one piano roll. So that's very cool. So this was word roll. Sioux City Sue. Oh my word. Played by Frank Milne. Copyright Edwin H. Morris Company, Incorporated. Yeah, I got very, very lucky. Well, these ladies all watch the marketplace. So they've picked up cuddle bugs and all kinds of stuff for really, really reasonable prices. So, because a couple of them are retired, and because they, we've got ladies from quite a few different places. So if it's close to someone, it's like, hey, there's this. Can you go pick it up? So she also, the lady that got those piano rolls, she got enough that we each got one. And the box of them was $25. So she got the box for $25. And then we each got. So yeah, I got some little pieces, big pieces. This is gonna be fun. Um, but that's who also got that ribbon that was from Costco. Uh, and the thrift store in Winkler was selling those rolls of ribbon, and it's like 50 yards on a spool of this ribbon. And each roll spool was selling for $5. So we bought, darn near everything that they had, because there's 20 of us in the group. So that worked out really lovely. Really lovely. All right. So I don't know if I want to pick this or just cut it. Since I'm cutting out all the different designs anyways, I think I'm just going to cut it off. Well, what are we doing? Yeah. No, she could draft from start. Yeah. Yeah, they did it for centuries. Oh no. They closed in August. Oh, I know that you enjoyed that place, Anne. So, yeah, I'm cutting. along the seams just to get this lace off. Wherever it's sewn down, I'm just taking it off. Because look at these nice little circles. Wouldn't those make great eyes? Really? You know? Because the way they are, I could weave something around the center so that it would have color and they have the outline. Oh, I've got so many stinking ideas with this. And it's thick. Like it's thick. It's not flimsy lace at all. It's really, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. I don't know if you can even tell how thick it is, but I would share. But our postal thing's on strike again. Postal service. Oh well. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up making a whole bunch of eyeballs and weave some colorful thread in there, or maybe a ribbon, colored ribbon. We'll see what I've got that fits nice. And then I can have eyeballs just to stick down wherever I feel like it. Because we all know I'm all about the eyeballs. The thing is, I have lace. I don't really need lace because I don't really use it. But I saw this and I saw the patterns in it and I could not resist. Could not resist. Not at all. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, they were on strike a couple months ago, but they're back on strike because the powers that be have decided that they're losing too much money and they don't consider it viable to keep bailing them out. Well, what really, really bothers me is all these small businesses that send stuff out to the post. Like, you're buggering up their businesses, guys. Like, where's your. Anyway, so yeah, I can see why the postal strike is happening because, they're talking about maybe delivering 3 times a week instead of 5 times a week. And no more home delivery. Everything's going to be super boxes. And, you know, unless you're like in an apartment block or whatever, right? Then they would still deliver to apartment blocks. So, anyway, it, they're on strike again. So, I guess the postal workers that do the home deliveries and still have postal routes to attend to don't like the idea that that could hey, Esther, nice to see you. Yeah. Making sense. I get it. Because I mean, look at all these little businesses like the jewelry makers, the sticker makers, the ephemera makers, everybody on Etsy. Like that's a lot of small businesses that ship out through the post. Exactly, Anne. Exactly. That's my thought because the people that get home delivery are people who with disabilities that are in wheelchairs and stuff and can't always get out, especially if they don't have wheels, right? So now these people will have to hire a handy transit or whatever to go and pick up their mail. So it's not a benefit. I'm just kind of snarky about that because I look at, as we age, there are more people like us. Well, I mean, I can get out to my mailbox. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, what about these people who are permanently in wheelchairs or, they've got the handicap stickers because they can't walk far distances. So they get to park closer to the buildings. If they need that, how are they going to go and get their mail from those post box things? And you can't always trust others to go and get your mail for you. No, that just took out a chunk of the background fabric. Oops, don't care. Yes, they are, Jan. Exactly, Anne. Exactly. It's crazy. This entire world has gone stupid. All right, so I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. I wish. Let me grab a piece of white paper. Whoop. We can put this lace over the white paper and you can see it better. Let's get a single layer. Have I gone down the seam yet? I guess not. Can you see? I got these rows. Can you see it better? Look how fun that is. Like, I'm going to get some interesting spines and. Oh, yeah, prescription spine mail. I didn't even think about that. That was the same thing when Ron was working. His company um, wanted us to do our meds through the mail as well. That's right. Oh no, Brenda. But I mean, seriously, that's you've had it for a while, and you can't hold on to things. Well, I lie because we all know that we hold on to things. But yeah, I feel very bad for you know people who if you have to get your groceries delivered, you should be able to have mail to your house as well. Just my thought. Oops. Only one layer, Kim. Yeah, I got this one because the lace was so really nice and thick. Like look at the seam on it. This is the seam. Like it's really thick. I like it. I also want to make some boho style purses. So I'm thinking that I'm going to be doing more of that kind of thing on my channel where I'll have a front of a purse or whatever that's going to embroider and bead and that kind of thing. It is. I think I like it because I can cut around this scallop pattern without it fraying. You know what I mean? That there's enough netting between that I don't think it's going to fray bad. Really, a little bit. If you really pull on it, it will, but it seems to be good. Yeah, how much time do you want to spend on projects? I want to do my usual um, stuff that I give up to my kids for Christmas. I want to do some scrubbies. Speaking of scrubbies, Jan, I have to make some scrubbies and send them out there because I couldn't find my scrubby yarn to make some before Norm left. But yeah, I do scrubbies and dishcloths and non-paper towels or unpaper towels, whatever you want to call them. And then, of course, all the cookies here. Here, I have the sleeve. Can you see it, guys? Look at this lovely fringy stuff. Wouldn't that be fabulous? I guess maybe I'm going to end up doing a boho journal. Or maybe I can even add it to this black and white one I'm doing, right? I could take this fringy stuff and put it all along the top. I certainly can of that. Now, where would I have put that other? Oh, there it is. I moved it to this side. Let's move it to this side. White shells, pink ball for the head. Lovely. Yeah, I have to figure out what I want to do for our yearly Christmas decorations as well. Lots to do. Lots to do. Last year I did those wooden top hats. Ron trimmed the top hats and I decorated them. Those turned out lovely. I was very happy with them. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have too many ideas. My brain has been going 90 miles an hour. But that's nothing new. I'd bought a huge ball of the Coats and Clark's white crochet cotton, huge ball, because I was going to make a bazillion and one snowflakes, because my kids love the crocheted snowflakes. So I'm thinking that maybe I should do some of that. I have to catch up on my temperature blanket too, guys. I'm still in the middle of July. There's this sleeve. Still in the middle of July. It's okay. So yeah, this is going to, I could use this in, it's thin, it's soft, and I don't know how well it holds together for fray wise, but maybe I could make a couple of black tassels. I think that could be cute. For sure. Okay, here's a hole. Oh yeah, this is a knit. Definitely it's a knit. It doesn't fray. All right. Oh yes, please. Thank you for the thumbs up and the reminder, Andrea. Okay, so there's got to be another seam in this someplace. Where are you? There it is. There it is. Do I have just one seam or two? Two. So, I mean, those are decent sized pieces of lace, right? Because what I would do is, because they're all, I would take this strip and do eyeballs. And then this strip I could just have as black polka dots, or, I would be definitely cutting this into ribbon like strips of each of the patterns. Yeah. I'm very lucky I don't have anybody that will be asking for things like that. While we were thrifting, of course, we're looking at baby clothes, with our girl being expecting. Um, and of course, my younger daughter finds a pair of kids' tights. So it's a knit, but it's all VWs. And so she said, "Oh, I want VW pants." And I said, "Well, we can look to see if we can find some VW flannel," but she wants tights. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I draw the line at anything that, pajama pants, I don't really care as much, right? Because I don't have to be as picky, if you know what I mean. I'm sure you guys do. Total, total missed this piece right here. There. There we go. That is a lovely piece of lace. Yep. I can see this fringe being on the bottom of a purse. as the background fringe and then having maybe a colorful fringe in front. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's going to be interesting. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, see, look, these are going to make absolutely fabulous eyeballs. And even with a little bit of fray, that could be like eyelashes. As I say, this is a boring stream because I'm just trying to deal with stuff that I have. Those are all the little bookshelf thingies that I did and colored on 3/4 inch pieces of paper. So I photocopied them. I don't understand how this one curved. The paper was straight. I guess it must have done something funky when I put it on the thing to photocopy. All right. We have this one, this navy blue. Again, it's a very heavy lace with some interesting netting behind. I bet you this could even work nice on the gel plate. I would probably put some white glue and let it get hard and then use it as a mask on the gel plate. I think so. I think so. Oh, very cute. Very cute little top. All right. I will finish chopping this stuff up later. Let's do something that's playful. Let's do something playful. I feel like I've got stuff accomplished today by doing that. How about, how about, oh yeah, since I got you guys here, I don't know if I told you last time, I bought this white and black paint because I was out. Nowhere. I got this from Walmart. It's a Lerman Decor ink, North Shore acrylics, black, white, and it says non-toxic, made in China. Nowhere on the label. 750 milliliters, soft body colors can be used straight from the tube or thinned with water. Nowhere does it say that is gloss. Nowhere. Did I go through this with you guys last week? Probably, because I'm thoroughly disgusted. So nowhere does it say it's gloss. I needed black, I needed white, I got them. Well, they are gloss. And that's why my pages are making these. It's like Mod Podge, guys. It's not as bad because I've had them in the greenhouse and drying, but it sounded like when you pull Mod Podge pages apart, you really have to let it cure. You really do. So anyway, if you're using that to make journals or books or anything, make sure you let the pages really dry because I really had to see it still. Some of them are still kind of tacky, right? They stick like Mod Podge sticks. So you know, if you get that paint, it's really, really tacky. All right, so we covered those. We did that. I have so much stuff, my guys. I got so much stuff. So much stuff. I'm still trying, like I say, I'm still trying to use up the scraps. Let's play with some of the scraps and make stuff. There are ways to minimize the stick. I ironed some of the pages. Do it in a very well ventilated area because it bothered my breathing. I could have sprinkled them with, the thing being is I still want to add stuff to them. So I put them out in the greenhouse for a couple of days and let them cure in the heat a little bit. And then I ironed them even. Um, I've heard that you can take like a white candle and go over them, but didn't want wax on top because I'm still adding. Your throat is sore? Oh no! Hot rum. Make yourself a hot rum toddy, or even just a hot lemonade, lemon with honey. That'll help. Um, yeah, I could have cornstarched them, baby powder, whatever, to help, and it isn't doing what it needs to do. Some of these pages are pretty thick. I can wrap the black eye material, yeah, it does. And because it was a course that Jean and I were doing, I wanted to put it together so that I was keeping up with the course kind of thing. So I don't know if you guys remember that pen that I had. It did 2 lines and it had blades in it. That's what this is. So I've got these really cool little thin strips. I'm going to add them to. I have a bag full of thin strip stuff for doing paper weaving. I've been doing a lot of paper weaving. From the hole saw. Yeah, I could. They're a little big. And that other material is pretty thick. I'm thinking though that what I would like to do is if I put them on a piece of fabric, I could stitch through the hole and across to tack it down and then maybe make it into a flower. I'm not decided if I want to paint them or if I want to use them. Hi, Belinda, nice to see you. Or if I want to use them as big eyes on the sculptures that I'm going to be doing tomorrow with you guys. I mean, they could even be set in faces, right? Because if I'm using paper mache, I could set that in and just put a nose over the hole. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Haven't quite decided yet. Okay, so this one is nice and it's not pulling, so I've got this nice piece. I have a piece of modelly purple paper. Uh, maybe I should just get the paper trimmer and trim it. Okay, but I do have some fun little bits. You see these little bits, guys? These really little bits? I have been putting them into my journals. I think they need to go away, though. I really think these little bits, oh, that can be for weaving. I have a lot of pieces of cardstock like this as well that I was thinking maybe I would make tags and stuff out of. Yes, the garbage can. They are going away because I'm tired of them. That one's kind of cute, though. But for the most part, they're going to go into the file beside me. If they're little like this, look, gone. All right, let's do something with this pile of stuff I've got here. That can go. Let's take let's make a collaged postcard out of these Trains Magazine reply mails. I did check out the Scrap Buster on my page. That was these little things that I just did. Um, they did the course on in my group. But because I have my little books, where's my other one? The little books that I do, I can always do a couple of more of these because I love having them along with me so I can just doodle in them, where I am kind of thing. So I wouldn't mind just making a couple more of those as well. But that's using, what are those things? Snippet rolls. Okay, Lisa, take care. Thanks for coming. They can go into the paper making bin, but you know what? I've got so much. So much. Okay, we're going to make paper postcard things out of this. And yep, they're big. I don't care. I, you know, interesting scribble pages that I've got. These are on like a cardstock as well. So it's definitely going to give some substance to these renewal things that you get in the middle of your magazines. Thinking I need to pull out the roll of brown paper or take my brown paper and just glue everything down, like find all the big pieces and glue them down and then work my way to the smaller pieces and do a couple of master boards out of what I've got left. I think that's going to be the plan because I'm really, really tired of these scraps. I admit it. Time for new scraps because I have so many painty papers in my file folders back there because I do them by color. I've been sorting my painty papers as well. So it's time to do that. It's time to use this stuff up. So we're just going to do a quick collage. Then we're going to make a focal point. Cover the back in white paper and voila, Bob's your uncle. Just like that. I think what I will do is I will take a piece of plain piece of scrap, like plain paper, and do a big mushroom and do mushrooms on them as the focal points. So that'll be fun. Okay, so we're quickly putting this stuff down. Because we're using stuff, we're using it up. Use it up for sure. Oops. And even though I'm doing this, I am still going to have a lot left. I am still going to have lots left. Now, I know that seriously, I could just take them and throw them out. But we all know that isn't what I do. All right, so we're going to trim this to fit. These things that you get in the magazine, they're 4 by 6 inches, so they're perfect size for postcard substrate. I was saving because I was going to put them on the gel plate, actually, but this works just as good. All right, so there's one. I can see a nice big mushroom or two there. There's the other one I was working on. It's kind of cute. Let's go like this. Oh, it didn't really work. It's okay. It's okay. And then we'll have a piece across the top, bottom, whatever. We'll do it. So what you making for supper today, Jan? Are you still here? Yeah, I could put this stuff in the paper making bin. I have, actually probably could have thrown it into the, oh, look. This is obviously kids' felt markers because it's smearing. The color is smearing. It's okay. And something across the top. Oh, look, that fits just fine. So note to self, with this being kids' marker, don't get it too wet and rub on it. Right? Right. Oh, where is my bone folder? I think I took it with me yesterday. Doesn't matter. We're just going to do this anyway. Yep, I cut some of that there off. It's not going to be straight. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Okay, so we're going to do some mushrooms, I think, for the front. Now, this would make a great mushroom. It really would. We do live sorted lives as crafters, definitely. I'll go this way. So I'm going to do nice fat round stem. Nice big fat cap. And the other side of the stem. So that's a lovely mushroom. Covers too much of that. I'll put it here. Kind of like it there, right close to the edge. Then I'll do a smaller one. We'll glue that down. Notice I am not decorating this mushroom, putting the gills or whatever they're called. What is that? The things under the mushroom cap called? Ooh. Okay, this one's gonna be off the side. I will trim that down. It's okay. We'll deal with that. What are they called? When we do the lines underneath the mushroom caps? I know they've got to have a name other than George or Frank or whatever. Looking for another big piece to do with the mushroom on here. This can go in the garbage. We could use this one. Yeah, I don't know what they're called. A little bit of a rounded. And again, nice big round cap. I think I want a nice, tall, skinny one there. This can go in the garbage. Okay, maybe I'm going to go and see what I've got in the way. I'll grab the bin of plain papers, plain scrap papers. Look, I haven't been in plain scrap papers, guys. Does that surprise any of you? That it doesn't. Now, I could use this pink. That could make the cute additional mushrooms because we've got the pink on these. Okay, I'm going to use this pink. So they'll each have a bright pink mushroom on the side. Whoops. I'll just do that on the floor because I could. So I need a nice, tall, skinny mushroom there. Gills? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I'm going to lop off a skinny hunk because I'm going to have a tall, skinny mushroom there. So let's do one with like the thing that around the stem. This is going to be a very strange shaped mushroom. Okay, it's going to be shorter. And this needs to be kind of equal with that. So it looks really goofy right now, but once we start doing the gills and the other stuff, it will be fine. So we've got a tall one, a shorter one, and do we need a little one over here? Out of something like, oh, that's very small. Oh, look, I got this. We could do a little one to go there. Lop. Kind of thought it was gills. kind of interesting. Perfect. Okay. So I've glued that one down. I need a smaller, shorter one to about. This can go in the garbage. About there. And I could do another little short, fat one. More of a flat-ish cap. Mushrooms, I don't know if they're symmetrical or not, but they are not in my world. And then do I need like a tall, skinny one sticking out behind there? What do you guys think? 2 or 3 mushrooms on here. I could do. Oh, no. I used that on this side. What do we want to use? This. That could be an interesting piece. Very tall, skinny mushroom. Very tall, skinny mushroom. You're pink. You don't go in this bin. This is for paper weaving. I could do this one. Daisies. Hey, Beth. How are you? Just a heads up for, I know you guys, you do lots of, is that too short? I'd like it to go almost all the way to the top. What have I got? Just a heads up for your trades. Canada Post is on strike again. Just so you know. I am looking for. Is that too pink? I think I want like a more of a purple for that one. Tall, skinny purple one. Sorry, I'm digging on the floor behind it here in this bit. That's kind of still not long enough. Still not long enough. Okay, give me 1 sec. One sec. Just had to see who was messaging. My girl is getting on a plane, so I'm kind of watching to see what she's up to. Okay, I don't seem to have a purple. I could do blue, maybe a green. Maybe a green. A lot of this stuff is cardstock. Solid colors of, oh, look, there we go. There we go. This one. Oh, I'm glad you're good. No, silly strike. We got that silly strike happening. Okay, so we're going to have just a really long, skinny stem. And nice little pointy cap. Do I save it? Do I save it? No. Bet you guys didn't think you'd see me do that. Like that. All right, we'll trim this down to the side. I don't know, Beth. I mean, I do receive mail from the U.S. when the strikes aren't happening. Now, because this one is so dark, I'm going to use a black marker for this because it's just going to make sense to me to do that. Because even then, still can't really see the lines. No, might have to go on top of them with a white, just so that they're visible. My goodness. Yeah, I have to go over them with a white gel pen because we really can't see them. Even I can't see them right on top of it here. Silly thing. Tell ya. I tell ya. Okay, why are you not working? You're brand new. Why don't you want to play? Goodness gracious. There we go. Maybe, maybe, maybe. No. Fine. I'll play with you later. Got another new one. Oh, exactly. Like, and even like the small businesses. How many small businesses, like people on Etsy and stuff, that utilize it because, uh, bah, humbug. Very, very irritating. All right, we got the gills on that one. We can just use a regular one for this. I'm thinking. Yeah, that's not bad. I can get away with that. Putting the gills on. They don't show great, but if you're up close and personal, you can see them. That's good. So I'm just going to put the gills on these because once they're glued down, then we'll start doing the shading and stuff. But it's just going to be easier for me to get this done this way. So you have to give it the curve at the cap. kind of doesn't have to be great. They just have to be there. Just have to be there. Just have to be there. Anybody got exciting plans at all for this week? All right, so we got this. Now I'm trying to think of how this works. Kind of goes across the top and around to the back. Nope. It's right in front. Goes all the way in front. And then it's got kind of like a squiggly lines like this happen. And I'm going to trim that down just a little bit. A little bit closer to what I drew there. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Esther, exactly. I just feel for all those people who have Etsy stores or, their own little businesses. Like Jan said about the guy who does the toy train parts. That's crazy. They're the ones that are pretty much keeping Canada Post going. I don't know. I don't know. It's just silly. One more, and then we're going to glue them down, and then I'll start shading. Oh, I guess that wasn't supposed. That was supposed to be more straight. Oops. Whatever. There we go. We've got them. We've got them good. Now we're going to glue them down. When you put them back in the pile, it's hard to find them again. Don't know what I'm thinking. All right, so we agreed that this purple one is now going to go up here. Kind of like this, a little bit at an angle, because I want the stem to be shown behind that other little, I guess it's a pink one. I forgot who's going where. I do know that this one goes here. It is a terrible situation. Because, we're doing swaps of ATCs and things, and My only benefit for that is I haven't got the ATCs done for the swap that I'm in. It'll give me a couple of days with no pressure to get them done because I can't send them. Now I want it to go right to the bottom with that outside piece of the stem. I'm a little up. I'll make do. And then, which one was it? This one. It was a pink one. Oh, that's going to be a cute little grouping. Even though I used a painty paper for one of the mushrooms and plain ones for the other two, I think we can get away with it. And if it looks really ugly, well, I'm sorry. There. So there's going to be a lot of shading happening in this very shortly to a card near us. I just want to see, I've got a little bit of overlap there. And at the bottom, I need to trim just a little bit. There we go. Why are you bubbling? Don't bubble. All right. So it's a poor collage behind. We're good. It's good. So do I want this one in the middle? No, this one went on this side, right? Yes, it did. Kind of remember what I thought. I see that Dawn the Crafty Visage, I've heard and seen that Dawn the Crafty Visage is taking some time off. She's taking a break from social media. I know she's going to be missed. Look, guys, I'm using scraps. Aside from the postcard backings, like the things that you get in the magazines, that is annoying. Now I think I want a little taller one. Too late. It's going to have to be the way it is. And this isn't a very pretty painty paper mushroom that I'm putting on top here. I'm going to have to do some real interesting shading and stuff to make it look like it belongs in our world. Ah, here we go. Right. So, I think what I'm going to start with is I'm going to take a black, let's grab the bin of pencil crayons. Trying to think of what I'd like to, you know what, let's put all these purple scraps back in their bag as well while I'm at it. And then, look, this little piece, garbage. That's garbage. I think I got rid of some of this stuff, guys. A few in the garbage, a few for weaving. Still have a lot. Still have a lot of purple scraps. Might have to do some flowers and stuff. As I say, tomorrow we're going to be working on those heads. doing heads tomorrow. Okay, these can go back in the bin beside me. See? Scraps for weaving. Jan and I have been chatting a few times, and it's all she's been seeing me do is sitting here and weaving. Weaving bits and cleaning scraps. This is back in the scrap bin, plain scrap bin. All right, here we go. So, I think on the pink we're going to use this mauve orchid as the shadow. So, definitely we have to have shading at the top of the stem, underneath where that line is. Then we need shading under here. Under that line. And across the bottom here, we need some shadow. Definitely a fair bit there and there. And then down the sides, of course. It's the shading that, ooh, that didn't glue down very nice. That is going to give us the texture and stuff, right? And then around the edge just a little bit. Because we want it to look like it's a little bit rounded. I want it to look a little bit rounded. Okay, take care. Thanks for coming, Andrea. Thanks for coming. So now do the shadings on the sides of the stem. I did some up and down stuff, but I thought it needed a little bit more something. All right, now we're going to do the same kind of thing with this one. Does that look a little bit better instead of just flat pink? We're going to do this one as well. So we're going to go, there's other mushrooms in front of it, so we have to do shading all the way around that mushroom. Why are you lifted? Oh, because there's more than one layer of paper there. That was going to be used for something completely different, and now I've got everything wet. Kleenex, use a Kleenex because I don't have paper towel beside me right now. All right. So wherever this cap of this mushroom is over that pink one, there's going to be shadow all behind it, right? So we need to make sure that we get all this shaded. And then, of course, we wanted the shadow down the side of the mushroom cap again, so it looks rounded. And then under where the cap is, then along the edge of the stem. Definitely underneath this ring, we have to have shadow right across because it's above. The very bottom of this ring can be shaded. Again, giving it some depth. And along the edge of the stem. There we go. I think I want to deepen this shadow on this edge a little bit more. Like that. Like that. All right, so I'm going to consider this mushroom shaded. Now I'm going to do this one. I think I want to use, let's cover the glue. Maybe a brown. I think a brown would work good for that. This is a Tuscan Rouge. Got this piece of white paper. No, it's a purple scrap. This piece of white paper. Oh yeah, that's a nice darker color. I think that will work lovely for the shading. I don't know how anybody makes painty papers and keeps them clean. Your hands clean. I really do not. Okay, so under that line, we make them a little bit heavier. And then we definitely do a little bit of pull it down some. Again, we're going to do the edges. Might not be as dark as I wanted. But it's working. It is working. I think I probably should have done a brown. But we'll make do. We will make do with what we did. Oh, sorry, I'm sniffling, guys. Allergies. Stinking allergies, I tell ya. Then, of course, down underneath the top of the stem and down the sides of the stem. Like that. Now, I'm going to use a dark green on this one, I believe. So we'll do these purpley blue ones first. I think I'm going to use a blue on these. Something like this blue Copenhagen blue. And it needs a bit of a... Yeah, hey, how are ya? How are you? I am trying to use up scrap papers, which is, you know, how I roll. I'm really happy to see that you're doing some writing again. So we're doing the shadowing under the mushroom caps, top of the stem. And again, because this mushroom is on top of this one, there's going to be shadow all along the edge here. And where the stem is. Have to make sure we get that nice and shaded. Silly allergies. Silly allergies. All right. All right, so of course, underneath where the gills are, because we learned the word gills on mushrooms today. Kind of thought that's what it was, but not always totally sure. You know how it is. because I want it to look round, we're doing the edges. All right. Not bad. Not bad shadow wise. Ah, thanks. You cocooning for a bit? That's awesome. I am doing and doing and doing. And I know that wouldn't surprise you any. I have to do a, believe it or not, hey Vicky, nice to see you. I still haven't finished painting that guitar. How many years has it been since I told you I was painting a guitar for my nephew? I'm this close to being done. It hates me. Absolutely hates me. And I feel the same way. That's on my agenda for this week too, getting that done. Because I really want it out of my house. It's been too many years. Too many years. Oh, thanks. Well, the backdrop, the backing, um, the first part of the stream, I was chopping up some shirts that I got from the self help for the lace and stuff that was on them. And then I thought, oh, let's do something fun. So, mushrooms it is. I've got these bags of scraps and I'm trying to use them all up. So, and I have a big box of just plain paper scraps as well. So I figured I needed a focal point for these cards. And I find mushrooms pretty quick and easy to do. So that's why we're doing mushrooms. I can't grab my, I have to grab my, see who's messaging. Sorry guys, I have a granddaughter that's flying to England, so I'm keeping just checking on these people. Oh, there we go. Had to check. What you do is you put at. Yeah, well, she's going for her partner's brother's wedding. He's there already, so she spent a couple of nights in Ottawa with a friend. Okay, so we got some shrooms. Still have to do this one. As I say, I think I'm going to do like a really dark green for the shading. Yeah, I think that would be the best bet. Yeah, she's gone all over the world. They a couple of years ago they traveled Europe. They were down in the States this spring. They went to Vegas and did it. They went to Yellowstone, I think. I don't know. They go everywhere. Those two. Well, thanks for coming, Esther. Take care. It was nice seeing you. Okay, so we're gonna use this dark green as shadow on this mushroom. So we're going to do the top of the stem, and of course, definitely around these other mushrooms has to be so that they look like they're really popping out. Popping out, them there mushrooms. Might not be the best to use for shadowing on this. But it will do what I need for now. And of course, all the way around this mushroom also needs the shading. Wow, I'm sure not gluing things down good. I got lift under this silly mushroom too. Oh, thanks. Yeah, she's young and no kids. It's an awesome thing. But speaking of kids, I'm gonna be a great grandma in March. I am. I'm excited. That's why we ended up going to the thrift store, went to the MCC because it's still cheaper than us heading to Winnipeg for clothes. But we didn't find any maternity clothes for my girls, so yeah, all right. I think that's not bad. I think that's not bad at all. All right, so now I'm going to take a white pencil and do some highlights. Yeah, I'm excited. I am so excited. Okay. I don't have a pencil blending tool. You know, I know what they're called. It's gone. Whatever. Yeah, you know what they're called. There's stub. It's gone, guys. Totally gone. It's okay. Not a problem. March. March, March. Oh, yeah. It is. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then, of course, right along the top, I probably want to take a white gel pen and highlight the tops. Just that little bit additional. Got to give the white highlights. That's what adds the additional punch. Okay, I really need like a smudgy thing. Something to roll up to smudge with. I have a book page. I can use this book page. Ah, thanks, Jen. What are you making for supper tonight, Jen? I asked earlier, but I don't see if you answered me or not. There we go. I'm happier now that I can do this. What are these things called? I know there's a name for them. And they're rolled up pieces of paper. And you use them and they blend your stuff so that you don't quite see the pencil lines. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. See, it helps smooth things out that little bit. Pink doesn't want to smooth out very nicely. There we go. I just wasn't rubbing hard enough. Is that better? You done now? Turkey on, that's it. I knew you would know. All right, now we do these ones. Oh, no, didn't do the white. Got to do the white first. And I didn't do any of the blemishes or anything on these. It's okay. Normally I do little blemishes. I can still add those. I I remember buying these coiled things up in the past, the tortillons. But I also found a thing online on how to make them. So I know that I can just roll up some paper and they will do what I need them to do, usually. Because once again, I use what I've got. If I don't have to pay for something, I'm not going to see. It's okay. I can glue that down after. Because I glued this down to use for a backing for something on some old book page. And then, of course, I didn't because I thought it was ugly afterwards. And it is what it is. Yeah, homemade definitely feels better. And it does the same thing. It blends, right? It's just a lovely blending. Much better. In fact, I even like this mushroom now. Definitely better. Definitely better. I just have to do the pink one. There's some pretty straight lines for that shading there. But that's okay. It's okay because I can add some little flies, or I'll do some blemishes. Oh, I sure didn't add much shading in that. Oops. That's the thing when you're doing shadows. It's when you get kind of like a bit of a hard line at the edge that you want to blend. It's really hard to correct. Well, it isn't. If I'd have left the pencils out that I was using, I could go in and add some additional longer lines so that it didn't look so hard. All right, so we've got this. Let's outline them in black and see what it looks like. These, yeah, they're done on bread tags. So you cover them in paper and then you put a grommet where the hole is. It's a great way to use a bread tags. I pulled these out because somebody else hadn't seen them, because I had some bread tags and I covered them so that I can just finish them off. So yeah, they're just little bits that go hanging off journal pages or whatever. So if I put it like on this page, it'd just be a nice little hangy thing that just adds a little bit of interest. Yeah. All right. I have a Sharpie gel pen. We're going to outline these mushrooms. Maybe, maybe. I obviously got glue squeeze out because this gel pen doesn't want to be as nice as I had anticipated. Of course, the bit of outline definitely adds to it. Not everybody likes the outlines. I do like outlining when the pen decides to write. But it's fine. It's just fine. Oh, see, I didn't add extra color behind that mushroom there. Well, and for some reason, they don't always like to write on the pencil crayons. I think these pencil crayons, these are those Prismacolor student grade. I think that they might have a bit of wax and to help them work nicely, right? Oh, it's being just a sod, guys. Absolute sod. And I don't have a thin marker. It will do. It will do. Yeah, it doesn't like going over that pink. Well, can always go along the edge of the top one then. More than one way to do this. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. And of course, you can do. No, you can't do these little hole things because the pencil doesn't take these little hole things very nice. And of course, you can always do these little lines coming up from the edge of the cap. A little bit more, a little bit, you know, add those little bits. And of course, these holes normally I would add, they'd be a little bit more black. No. And then I'd like to take a white gel pen and go along the edge of the cap, the very top of the cap. Anything that really needs that punch of white. So we'll do the same thing on this one, top of the cap, that edge. I had to use white for the gills on this one because black really did not show nicely at all. And of course, we could do some white dots. Make it a polka dot cap. I like that. Oh yeah, that's cute. And then top that. Oh look, I smudged it because I put my hand in the wet ink. Those of you who know me know what happens. Okay, so we'll do a couple of those little cracks on the edge on these, maybe. And we'll do just little black line. I'm thinking the light is coming dead center. That's why I've got the highlights dead center. It's cute with the little dots. Okay, so we'll do a couple of like little lines on this one, little cracks. And some just little blemish kind of marks on it. Kind of make them look a little bit more real that way. All right. Still have to outline this. Getting there, getting there. Just about done. Just about done, guys. So once again, please remember, Canada Post is on strike. Again. that's a mess. I can always put some words over it, right? If I have to. Not that I want to, because I don't normally put words on if I can help it. All right. I'm going to consider these guys done. Yeah. Yeah. I like adding dots too. I love polka dots. All right, guys. This has been, almost 3 hours. We already have we have to go to the store to get our mail, and there are community boxes aside from that. So, that's just what we do out here, right? Um, but I know that a lot of the small businesses that do a lot of mail order, it's going to hurt them, especially if they're only doing pickup and deliveries 3 times a week or whatever. Like that's just going to add time, you know, you know. But no, it's not really going to affect me other than right now that they're not delivering at all. But that's about it. So guys, almost 3 hours. Did this, chopped up all this lovely black lace stuff from that shirt. Can't wait to turn some of these into eyeballs because I think they'd be absolutely stunning eyeballs. And tomorrow I'm going to make some paper mache mash and start working on those heads. So thanks everybody, guys, for coming. I appreciate each and everybody who's here and chatting, visiting, everybody up in the balcony, and anybody who watches the replays. Big hugs to you all. Thanks. It was great seeing you, Christine. Big hug. We have to do coffee soon. Good grief. I need to get into the city and visit. Um, Hugs to you guys and the Muppets guys. Yeah. Take care, everybody. And I'm going live 12:45 tomorrow. Take care. Hugs to you all. Bye. I lost my cursor. Surprise. Bye, guys.